Bud. I'm glad you applied for this night shift job here at our McDonald's. We've been looking for someone for a long time. Anyway, I'm thrilled to have you aboard. I'm your manager, Chris, and it's my job to guide you through what you have to do here for your night shift duties. First things first, you have a camera panel there for you to check the building's security cameras. We installed them for you so you don't have to keep wandering around the place to make sure things are in the right place, as well as it being a quicker way to check the rooms. On the second floor is our new animatronic, Mac-9. You may remember it from the commercials. Anyway, we recently had to install a new Mac animatronic. To your left there on your desk is the, remains of the old one. We believe vandals have been breaking in for the night and tampering with it, but we'll just leave it at that. He always seems out of place every morning, and the other employees are becoming paranoid that it's haunted, but I'm not going to bother you with that. In case anyone does get into the building and into your office, to your left is a window which you can shut. Well, there's a problem with the window. It has this, broken spring, which keeps it open when you close it. So, we don't really have the budget to replace it yet, so it all went into the animatronic. Now, the door to your right, if anyone at all goes through that door, use your camera system to activate one of the monitors in the kitchen. It will generate some sound that will distract whoever is at your door. Anyway, I think that's all you need to know for this night. I'll speak to you again tomorrow.
McDonald's has been swarming with customers lately because of the deals that were made on the food. They even made so much profit they decided to step up their game by purchasing these new animatronics. What do you think of them? Pretty neat, huh? Anyways, the reason why you have this job. Listen, man, nearly all the things we got in here cost a fortune. And it doesn't even help how during the night, vandals have been known to break in and steal or even damage the property. They've even damaged the animatronics. Half of them are a wreck now, and we're waiting for the engineers to arrive to fix them. But until then, you'll be maintaining the safety for these new animatronics. Right, so first things first, the building has a generator somewhere in one of the rooms. You'll have to recharge it using your camera panel there. If it runs out, then you won't have any power, and you'll be stuck in the darkness, so keep an eye out for that. Next up, the ventilation. Our air conditioning hasn't been the best lately, and workers have been in the vents trying to fix it up. The issue is that they left the vent doors open, so if you see anyone, like vandals, climbing in there, just seal the vent. However, you can only do one at a time, but don't leave them sealed for too long, or they'll overheat. Finally, we have a sound system. To scare the vandals, we have an alarm system around the place to make them think they've been spotted, and then they'll flee. However, the alarm doesn't actually trigger the law enforcement, seeing how we've had a few problems with the alarm in the past. So they disabled it, being able to warn any police about vandals. Yet it'll make them think they've been spotted and would then run off. Make sure to do it when they're close to the office though, so they don't get in. Right, I think that should be everything to help you with your first shift. Thanks again for helping out, man, and we will see you in the morning.
Mr. Moon Pie!
Hey, pal, good evening. Glad to see you arrived there on the McBar. I apologize for the not-so-comfortable office. We can't promise a 5-star atmosphere on a boat that's been abandoned for like 30 years or something. In case you don't know what the McBarge is, it's known as the Floating McDonald's, or more known as its official title, the Friendship 500. It first opened during the Expo 86. So what are we doing with an abandoned boat, you may ask? Well, we're actually planning on turning it into some sort of deep ocean discovery center, which explains all the ladders and work we see around you. So it's a bit of a mess, along with some of the equipment we have here, such as the floodlights in your office to keep things lit, and wires going throughout the McBarge connected to some security cameras. Why city cameras? Well, we recently had to knock down and paint over graffiti some no-good gangs sprayed on the walls, so you're just making sure to keep them out during the night. We're not going to work overnight, of course, it'll cause too much noise. We even got the plumbing working so we can hose down the floors and get rid of all the dirt and bits of rubble laying around. This was before we got our equipment. Just try and not get any water on any of the equipment, please, especially in your office due to the broken pipes you see. As you can see, you have a neat tool on your monitor, which is a plumbing feature. You can choose which pipe the water runs through with a feature on your camera panel. Keep in mind that's the one with the water droplet icon on it. Pretty obvious. Speaking of that, the water tank in this place isn't that great. Because of the broken pipes, it can run out fast, and the water just pours out, if you understand me. But you can refill the tank with that maintenance panel you have there to your left. Just refill the tank with the water from the lake outside. Be warned though, if you get thirsty, I wouldn't recommend drinking any of that stuff. God knows what's been in that water. It's mainly used for washing hands and dishes, if you get me. I recommend having a cup of coffee on you. But don't use the pipe system yet, because as stated, they're clearly broken, so the water will just pour straight out. And as you know, water does a lot of damage against anything electric. Speaking of electrical, you would not believe what we found during our search. These run-down animatronics, one of them even being Mac Tonight from those 80s commercials. And others like, they don't matter at the moment. But try not to get any water on them. Their torn clothing and surface is no doubt bound to have a few holes here and there. We don't want them getting more damage than they already are, now do we? They're priceless. So, there's your introduction. Have a good night, and I'll talk to you later.
Time to head for golden light. It's a good time for a great taste. Dinner at McDonald's. It's Mac tonight. Come on, make it Mac tonight.
You have one new message. To listen to your messages, press 1. First, new message.
G'day. This is Chris here. You may remember me. I'm the manager here at the Smackers. Again, I'd just like to thank you for taking the night shift job, seeing as how no one else would. This position is very big and important to all of us here, especially by all of the events that took place overnight concerning our collection of animatronics. We mostly think it's vandals breaking in and tampering with them, seeing as how in the mornings we would find them out of place from time to time. So thanks to you, we can now make sure that doesn't happen again. These animatronics are new and expensive, and they're our only source of making more money here. So getting on with it, these new animatronics, including the new mascot Mac Tonight, which has recently been in the McDonald's commercials to promote our food. You may have heard of him or not, but that doesn't matter right now. These animatronics are sensitive to sound, so basically if it's too quiet, they will think something's going on. We aren't super sure, but just in case, we have a sound system in Mac's room that usually plays music throughout the day. So if anything happens, just play that sound and they'll think it's still daytime. We aren't expecting them to behave in such a way because of it being night, so you'd expect them to be shut off. If the sound system corrupts at all, that panel above you should be able to fix it. We connected it around the building in case of any emergency, but
had no responses from the ad we put in the local papers. But then you showed up just in the nick of time. I really appreciate it, man. So you're probably wondering why we even need someone to watch the warehouse during the night. Well, we've had some pretty big issues with vandals and thieves breaking in here at night, and luckily we've had nothing stolen, but people have definitely been in here. We've seen boxes out of place, different pieces of equipment moved around, and stuff like that. But now that you're here, you can monitor the building and see if anyone breaks in. And I know what you're thinking. You most likely don't have a lot of things you can defend yourself with in there in case a vandal comes into your office with a gun or something. That's why we've got these neat little things called security locks. If you look to your left and right, you'll see two different open doorways. Now pull up the camera monitor in front of you, which can be used to watch different rooms in the building. You can activate the security locks on left and right doors of your monitor anytime you want, but be warned that we're on kind of a low budget, so the door locks have limited battery, so only use the locks if absolutely necessary. If there actually is a vandal or someone near your office, you'll be able to see if they're near your office on the cameras nearest to your location. You have a blind spot between those cameras and the hallway leading to your office, so watch those cameras carefully. If any vandals are there and they're able to slip out of those cameras before you activate the security locks, I don't know, just hope for the best, I guess. That should be all you need to know for tonight. We're counting on you, Chris. These new animatronics are freaking expensive, and McDonald's would have my hide if these robots were damaged before being delivered to the restaurant. See you in the morning. Good night, and good luck.